Looking to the future, I think even after 5 years of this financial crisis, unfortunately it's still with us, and the difficulties facing financial services and the headwinds facing financial services companies are daunting. But despite that, and probably perversely because of that, I think there are huge opportunities for financial services in Ireland. I think the first thing we need to do, there's lots of things we can do. I could give you a long list, but maybe just let me take a few. The first thing we need to do is we need to protect and nourish the excellent businesses that we have in the IFSC. The main businesses we have are fund services, aircraft leasing, and insurance, just in broad terms. So we need to make sure that we stay really competitive in those businesses and that we aggressively market ourselves against other financial services centres. I think the second thing is our regulation needs to be best in class, strong and tough, but it also needs to be efficient and I suppose supportive of new product development. I think we need to continuously improve our image in financial services, not just for the sake of it, but we need to attract the talent, top talent that we have in the past in order to build this business in the future. And I think the final thing we need to do is we have great businesses in the IFSC that have performed extremely well, but we need to extend that a little bit further and broaden the base because it is a little bit narrow at the moment. I have a few ideas on that, and lots of people have written papers and lots of strategy papers. The areas that we're concentrating in the city is we are trying to follow the global trends in the industry and in the world economies, and that is globalization, urbanization, and digitization. And just to take a couple of products that might fold into that, we are building a trade finance and trade services business in Dublin, relatively new to us. We've employed a lot of people and it's growing at the moment. I think that will be a major success, and I think it's probably something that the IFSC can build on. The other area is digitization, and Citi would like to be the digital bank of the future, and we are looking to use our Research and Development Centre to help us in that quest. So we're developing products as simple as onboarding our clients into the bank in a digital way or electronic way, effectively just removing paper from the equation, to more complex ideas and products such as enabling our clients, our treasurers, transact their business on their mobiles or on their iPad. And that's something that you would not have heard of 6 months ago or a year ago. So that is all happening and being developed in our International Financial Services Centre. The IFSC and the international financial services sector is hugely important to Ireland. You know, from be it taxes, be it job creation, but also in providing an outlet for top talent that's coming out of universities and colleges to grow and develop on an international scale. So it's hugely important to us. We have learned over the last 20 years in building a business here that there will always be a lower cost centre somewhere. So we learned early that we needed to move from being a cost centre, a low cost centre, or just a cost centre, to being a profit centre. And you have to constantly re-engineer your business model to stay in pace with what's happening in the world out there. I'm not so sure that you make a conscious decision to move up the value chain. I think you're forced up the value chain by a number of elements. And the first element would be talent. If you hire the best talent, they're not going to stand still. They want to develop, and they will force you to do bigger and better things. The second thing is your clients are constantly demanding better products and services at a lower cost, and that pushes you up that value chain. And lastly, your competition. And despite all the difficulties in financial services over the last while, the competition has not diminished, and you constantly need to be on your front foot to compete. I think from our point of view, we're, and companies in the IFSC have to be constantly re-engineering their business model because it's demanded by all those three elements. I think the next logical step for the IFSC, after you've done those basic things, is to look to what other multinational and other multinational sectors have done here. So instead of importing and transferring in intellectual capital, you need to start to build that intellectual capital here and build products in the centre. And we have started to do that in Citi in our Research and Development Centre. I think that financial services has, I suppose, been accused of not being particularly innovative. And I suppose even when it has been innovative, that innovation hasn't been particularly good for society. I'm not so sure that's true, and I think that we in financial services need to do a better job of explaining what we do. And let me give you an example of my own company. Citi, back in 1866, would you believe, financed the first transatlantic telegraphic cable between the US and Europe. It actually landed in Kerry way back then. We financed the Panama Canal, the first jetliners, the space shuttle, the first ATMs that were introduced into New York came from Citi. So you can see there's a lot of really good things, innovations that are good for our clients, but also good for societies in general. The financial crisis and the economic difficulties that have occurred over the last 4 or 5 years, and will continue, unfortunately, for a while, makes it even more imperative that financial services companies re-engineer themselves and restructure their cost base, and that also they develop new and interesting products that are relevant to their clients, but also that help society in general. I think we in Ireland are very much involved in that innovation agenda. We, back 2 or 3 years ago in Citi, and hopefully I can see other financial services companies are doing the same thing, developed the first research and development centre for a financial institution, I think anywhere in the world. And that research and development centre has proven to be incredibly successful. It now employs over 200 technologists and researchers here in Dublin, developing some of the most cutting edge technology in financial services anywhere.